Hi traders, and welcome to today's ACY Securities Forex Market Analysis. My name is Duncan Cooper and I will be your host. Today we'll be focusing on the dollar index and the pound to the US dollar. So first we'll look at the news items coming out for the week, and then we'll have a look at the charts. Hi traders, just at forexfactory.com, just going to take you through the news items for the week. Now today I'm going to be reviewing the pound US dollar, so I'm going to go through the news items that could affect that pair. So there's no news into Tuesday, into Wednesday. These are all Queensland time, my time. 10:30 PM on Wednesday evening, we've got the US CPI and core CPI. That could affect the pound US dollar. Then getting into Thursday, we've got the FOMC meeting minutes going out at 4 o'clock in the morning. That could potentially affect certainly the US dollar side, so that can affect the pound US dollar. And then getting into Thursday evening, 10:30 PM, we've got the US PPI. And getting into Friday, 10:30 PM again, my time, we've got the core retail sales and retail sales. So quite a number of red items for the US coming out this week, so be aware of those. That can definitely affect the pound to the US dollar. With that in mind, let's now get into the charts. And first of all, I want to review the dollar index, see what that's been doing over the last week. On the monthly chart, first of all, I've been saying this many times, we've been getting support here on the monthly chart, higher bottom coming in on the old resistance highs from 2010, 2009, getting good support there, moving up to a higher top now on the monthly chart, and we're trading into an old level of monthly support. At the moment it's just acting as some form of resistance. So the big question is, yes, we've got a higher bottom, higher top, but can we move through that level of resistance, or are we going to have some form of short-term pullback? So MACD's crossed up, monthly trend is up, we're just at monthly resistance at the moment. To the weekly, you can just see that area of resistance from over here at 94.54, and we're just holding there over the last couple of weeks. And are we going to move through? So trend is up, higher bottom, higher top, higher bottom, moving up. MACD still crossed up now. Potentially we might be at the top of this move. It might need a bit of a pullback before moving back up. So drop into the daily, and that whole move up is from here up to there on the weekly. So if we put a fib across that range, it's not inconceivable that we might need a pullback, to the 62% retracement level here before moving on and up. It is a little bit overextended, so resistance may hold in the short term, time will tell. And this MACD, it's crossed up, it's been crossed up for quite a while, it might be getting ready to cross down. So we may hold at resistance, and we may see a bit of a pullback before it can reassert itself to move up and through. Time will tell. Just where it is at the moment on the dollar index, trying to put in a lower top here, higher bottom, slightly lower top forming there, so I might just consolidate here for a while before moving through. Maybe it's just waiting for some of those news items to come out in the week, and if they're positive for the US, then this will move through. So just be aware of its position. It's at resistance, so we may see some consolidation or pullback in the short term before potentially the trend continues up. Time will tell. Now the trend continues up, that's US dollar positive, so any pairs to the US dollar would be potentially getting weaker and moving down, so bear that in mind as we get into the pound US dollar. Okay, to the monthly chart first of all, and last month we traded down, very negative month, into some highs here. We'll see these highs clearer on the weekly chart, but these highs acting as support, they're at 135.14 and 134.82. There's a high there and a high here. Resistance, which is miles away, it's not affecting the market at the moment, is up here at 142.48. Now the overall trend here is still up. We've moved through this top and this top to a higher top, kind of a double top here, but we don't have a lower top really formed. The last top was slightly higher than the last one, and we don't have a lower bottom, so we are moving down from resistance. You see resistance here, and all the way back in time there's a low here that's old support low at 142.48, sorry, 142.27. We topped at 142.48, so this area of old support has been resistance here and resistance once more. So over the long term we may move back down to long-term support, who knows. But overall at the moment, in terms of price action, the trend is just holding it together in terms of a slightly higher top up here. If we get a lower bottom or a lower top forming, price action will be confirming the change in trend. But notably the MACD is crossing down this month, trying to cross down. So if that crosses down, even though price action doesn't have lower tops and bottoms yet, if this crosses down like we saw through this price action here, cross down, and then over many months it took before we started to see a lower top lower bottom scenario. So we might be just starting to see a change in trend there on the monthly. That being said though, on the lower time frames we certainly have a downtrend showing on those lower time frames. So down to the weekly, we're seeing a lower top lower bottom scenario. Now for many months now I've been discussing this double top, and my long-term viewpoint on this pair is that this double top is going to run out to its price projection down here at approximately the 131 level. Okay, so that's my long-term target. So currently we've got lower top, lower bottom. We're bouncing on these monthly levels of support from these resistance highs at 134.82 and 135.14 from the monthly chart. Now weekly support is down here at the moment, 134.11. Weekly support, and we're just contending with this level here at 136.02. That could be considered as weekly resistance. Stronger level of resistance would be all the way up here at 139.13. I don't think we're going to get there this week, but we'll just put it on the chart. Alright, we'll revisit this little level here on the day chart, 136.0, say 136.02, because close to it there's a daily level that's I'm really more considering. So just a final review on the weekly, lower tops and bottoms, MACD is confirming the trend, and we're just bouncing off monthly support at the moment, having a rally on the weekly chart. Moving it down to the daily. We've been having a rally, MACD's crossed up, and we have a slight uptrend here on the daily, but the bigger picture, this is the top up here of last month's high down to last month's low, and we're just rallying back up within that range. And I'll just put in daily support. Well, yesterday this is a level of support or resistance here at the moment at 136.09, depending on where price is sitting. Yesterday it was above, so I was looking at that level to be acting as some form of support. Now though, through the latter part of yesterday when I was asleep, it's moved back below, so it's acting as a focal point at the moment of support or resistance. And further up, so I'm actually watching two levels, watching this level up here at 137.26, sorry, 137.26, yep. So as price is trying to move up within the range of last month, I'm watching two levels to trade down from. Potentially this level at the moment, because we moved back below it at 136.09. If we move back above, then I'm watching this level to trade down from at 137.26. So that's the high of last month, and this is the low of last month. If we put a fib across that whole range, the range of last month's candle, I like this level up here at 137.26 to be a seller at on failure, because it lines up with a 62% retracement. Obviously at the moment we're not getting up to that level, So I'm just watching that in case things change and price moves up to there. So if it does move up to that level, I'm going to drop down to a lower time frame and look for an opportunity to sell for the next move down. Currently, we're obviously failing. We've moved up to the 50% level, and we've moved down back below this level of support or resistance at 136.09. Okay, so just going to move it down to the 4-hour chart. Obviously, this high level at 137.26 on the 4-hour chart's got lots of old support and resistance at that area. That's why I really like that level to be a trader to sell down from that level if we revisit, but price isn't getting up to that level. And what I can see on the 4-hour chart is that even though we put in a higher top yesterday, we've moved down through the course of the day and broken the last higher bottom. So it's changing that 4-hour chart trend to down. So if that stays in place, then we're probably going to see price moving back down and test support down here at 134.10. As well, what I'm seeing on the 4-hour chart is even though price is moving up to higher high, we're getting some negative divergence there. So it could well have already finished its rally within the monthly range, and it's starting its next move down. So at the moment, I'm watching 136.09, the support and resistance area. The market's been moving above, moving below, moving above, below, above. It became support here for a while to move up to the final high, and now it's broken back below. So what I'd like to see is if this level is going to now hold as resistance, is price to move down a little bit deeper, rally back up to the 136.00 to 136.09 area, hold and fail, and then I'm going to drop down to a lower time frame and look for an opportunity to sell for a move down from that area. Okay. All right, let me tidy things up. We'll just go back to the weekly chart. I might just take that fib off as well. Back to the weekly. So my long-term price projection, this double top on the weekly, is down at approximately the 131 level. So if you could, up here, sell at the 136 level, stop at 137, and then targeting down to 131. That would give you a risk reward of 1 to 5, which would be great. And this is clearly in a weekly downtrend. We're just looking for a good opportunity to sell for the next decline. Okay. All right, that's my analysis for today. Have a great trading week. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Want a real opportunity to improve your trading? Join Duncan Cooper in his free 12-part webinar series designed to help you improve all areas of your trading. The upcoming webinars for this week: 12th of October, bringing it all together, how to identify high probability trading levels for the trading day. Duncan will be utilizing all of the tools learned from the previous webinars and show you how to identify high probability trading levels. 13th of October, Forex trading live market analysis. During this webinar, Duncan will review 12 currency pairs, determine the key support and resistance trading levels for the week ahead, discuss his favorite risk to reward trading opportunities, and answer your trading questions. 14th of October, Duncan will teach you a simple trade setup using a swing point break and combine some of the tools that we've learned in the previous webinars. He will take you through the entire criteria of stop loss and profit target levels. We look forward to seeing you at our next live webinar to help you learn Forex and learn how to trade CFDs.